Okay, welcome to the next part of the series on opposite vowel in Spanish. You may have already seen mandatos regulares and mandatos irregulares. Well, right now I'm going to talk about the regular subjunctive, el subjuntivo, con verbos regulares. We talked about this opposite vowel concept, that the opposite of a is e, the opposite of e is a, and the opposite of I is also a. It doesn't really help you very much. That's sort of the technical aspect of it. But first we need to understand what subjuntivo is. I'm sure it's one of the sort of famous differences between English and Spanish is the use of subjunctive. And it also appears in other Romance languages like Italian and French. And maybe we can talk about that some other time. But I want to talk about first about when we use subjunctive. It is for things that are hoped for, things that are possible, things that are emotional, and some other situations. But this is contrasted with indicative. Now, what we're talking about is not a difference in time. We're talking about a difference in mood. This is a grammatical word, a grammar term. And mood means how it happens, or sort of the meaning behind it. It doesn't change when it happens, but it changes how we're talking about something. So think about the difference between these two expressions. Well, this expression here. God blesses America. And God bless America. Sorry if you don't live in America, or if you don't want America to be blessed, but it's a common expression and I want you to see this. So is there a difference between God bless America and God blesses America? Of course there is. God blesses America talks about what happens. That's what he does. But when we say God bless America, this does not mean that it actually happens. God bless America is an expression of hope, something that you hope for. You want God to bless America. You pray that God bless America. Same thing with the expression, it is imperative that you be there on time. You be there on time is not how we normally say it. Normally we say, you are there on time. So when we say, it is imperative that you be there on time, that is the subjunctive in English. We don't use it very much. Mostly it'll pop up in expressions like, God bless America. It does exist. In English, it's just not that common. And it's not used in nearly as many situations as it is in Spanish. So here are some of the expressions that you'll hear it in. One cool thing about it is that it's almost always accompanied by this, introduced by this que. So for example, quiero que means I want that. And the next thing that happens is not something that actually happens, it's something that's desired, something that's wanted, hoped for. So instead of saying, I want you to study, like, quiero que estudias, we'll change estudias to estudies. Quiero que estudies. I want you to study. And that's because of this opposite vowel. Instead of estudias, we'll say estudies. So here's some expressions. Quiero que, es posible que, espero que, es una lástima que, ojalá que, and déjalos que. We'll come back to practice those after we see the chart that shows all of the endings. Once you practice this a few times, you'll definitely get the hang of it. It's not really very complex in how it's formed, but you do have to look at it. So these are for, forgot to write this, for AR verbs, such as hablar. Remember, it's always a different person. So, el maestro quiere que yo hable. The teacher wants that I speak. So I have this intermediate step here because it's not really that you cut off the ar and put e. You have to think of the yo form first. Yo hablo, and then change opposite vowel. So instead of, for AR verbs, it would be e. So instead of yo hablo, it's que yo hable. Instead of que tú hablas, es que tú hables. Que él hable, que él hable. Que nosotros hablemos, que vosotros habléis, que ellos hablen. There's one of my favorite songs in Spanish is called Déjalos que hablen, which means let them speak. Déjalos que hablen. Let them speak. Normally we say hablan, but this is subjunctive. Déjalos que hablen. Another verb might be estudiar, que yo estudie, que tú estudies, que él estudie. So we say it is important that you study. Es importante que tú estudies. Another one might be practicar. Instead of practicar, we'll say que nosotros practiquemos. Es importante que nosotros practiquemos. El maestro quiere que nosotros practiquemos. Where's that? A list of expressions. Oh, it's down here. That's funny. Espero que ellos practiquen bastante. I hope that they study a good amount or practice, whatever I said. These here are for ER or IR verbs. Now the reason we have to use this intermediate step of yo, pensarlo en yo, is that stem changers will change the stem and they still keep that changed stem. So in other words, you can't say dormir, cut off the ending, que yo dorma. That sounds ridiculous. So you have to think que yo duermo, I sleep, and then que yo duerma. My mother wants me to sleep outside. Mi mamá quiere que yo duerma afuera. Probably has to do with the smell or something like that. I want you to tell me the truth. So first we have to think, the verb is decir, but we think tú, we don't think tú dices, we think yo digo. This is an intermediate step, yo digo, and then we go to this. So yo quiero que tú me digas la verdad. Yo quiero que tú me digas la verdad. I want you to tell me the truth. Your mother and father might say, I want you to do your homework. Quiero que hagas la tarea. The students might say, it's important for us to have patience. Es importante que nosotros tengamos paciencia. Okay? So again, go through this yo form to get this correctly. Is yo, cut off that last o, and then use that stem and change it accordingly. Okay? I think. Oh, so let's go back to this now. So to say, I want you to do something. Quiero que, and then think. Quiero que tengas, quiero que vaya. That's an irregular, don't listen to that. Quiero que tengas, quiero que practiques, quiero que estudies, quiero que bebas, que comas. Es posible que llueva. Es posible que llueva. That's how you would say it's possible that it rain. Right? It might rain. Es posible que llueva. Déjalos que hablen. Déjalos que digan. Déjalos que inventen. Déjalos que jueguen. Let them do those things. Espero que also. Espero que tengas un buen día. I hope you have a good day. Espero que tengas un buen día. We can even just say, cut off the espero and say, que tengas un buen día. It's like a desired thing. May you have a good day. Que tengas un buen día. Que no te mueras, right? May you not die. This kind of thing. Es una lástima, okay? It's too bad that, so this is an emotional thing. Es una lástima que, es una lástima que, I don't know, que llueva. It's too bad that it's raining. And ojalá is a nice expression. This means I hope. I don't think, yeah, ojalá only means I hope. Ojalá que todo salga bien. I hope everything comes out all right. Ojalá que todo salga bien. Ojalá que todo salga bien. I hope everything comes out all right. One more little thing, cool thing about this possibility. Maybe we should make a new little chart. Yeah, let's do this. Luckily I had an extra one right there. So for possibility, this is for me one of the most different things between English and Spanish. Think about this expression. when in English, when we say call me when you get home. Call me when you get home. In Spanish, we don't say, llámame cuando llegas a casa. We don't say llámame cuando llegas a casa. This would mean call me every time you arrive at home, because llegas is indicative. That means it happens. So it's like call me every time it really happens that you get home. That's not really what we're trying to say though. Call me when you get home. This get home has not happened yet. It's a possibility. And it might not happen. You might die on the way home, in which case please don't call me. So we have to say, well, actually, you know what this is, right? What's the subjunctive of llegas? Notice we don't have to use the que, we just say, llámame cuando llegues a casa. This is what's correct. Llámame cuando llegues a casa. Likewise, when we don't say when I graduate when I graduate, cuando me graduo, ... Because this would sound like every single time that you graduate, you do something. But this is a possibility, right? When I graduate next year, if I pass all my classes and if I don't die, when I graduate, so we have to say cuando me gradúa. Cuando me gradúe. Because it's graduarse, opposite vowel, cuando me gradúe. Cuando me gradúe. Cuando me gradúe, whatever, voy a la universidad. Or something like that. Okay. So, to recap, we have opposite vowel, a, ar words go to e, and ir words go to a. This is sort of the chart. If you could cut this out of this video and put it in your pocket, that might be a good thing. And remember when we use this. We don't use this for things that actually happen. We only use this for things that are hoped for, possible, for emotional. Okay, thanks.